Hello and welcome to Stampin' by Hannah. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to share with you a card that I have been trying to make now for a fortnight, and I thought I'm going to turn the camera on and then I have to make it. So this is part of the Rainbow Challenge tag, which has been going around YouTube now for a couple of weeks. And I thought that this week, after the last couple of weeks, was a really fitting time to do this card. So I've got a couple of bits out already. I've got a piece of Whisper White. I'll put all the measurements in the down bar below or on my blog or somewhere, because I can't remember actually what I've cut everything to now. I've got a piece of Whisper White, a piece of Sahara Sand, a piece of Basic Black that I have cut as my card base. And I've already die cut a couple of pieces of the swirly scribbles in Basic Black cardstock. I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. And I've got the other thing that I've got that's not Stampin' Up related I need to put my teeth in is some sticky note tape. I've got the one from Post-it, but you can get this in a lot of places. I love this one. And then I've got 7 colours of ink that make a rainbow. How clever is that? So I've got Real Red, Pumpkin, Peekaboo Peach, Daffodil Delight, Cucumber Crush, Dapper Denim, Sweet Sugar Plum, and Rich Razzleberry. And I am going to ink blend these onto my card. So I've also got a heap of Stampin' Sponges. This is how I sort my sponges. So each colour has its own sponge, and I just pop a little bit of cardstock on the top and write on what colour it is so that I can actually remember. So I've got Real Red first because it's a rainbow. And what I've done is I've actually, normally I would just sort of post-it this down to my grid paper. Because I like to move these sort of things about, I've taped it down to a piece of grid paper that's free, so that I can move it about. And the trick here is to start your ink blending off of your cardstock and work it on. And that way, hopefully, you don't get the kind of streaky lines that you can get if you just start straight onto your cardstock. Because of the size of my piece of Whisper White, I know, it's 13.8 centimetres long. So I know that I can use about 4 of my little blocks of my grid paper per strip of colour. So there's my Real Red. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to really carefully take this piece of Post-it up. Really carefully try not to rip my piece of Whisper White, and I need to try and leave the Whisper White where it is. Easier said than done. Oh, you see. Oh, don't you just love a bit of live? You see, you only get this with you only get live with me now. I was doing some voiceovers and it's just too much effort. It's too much like hard work. So Peekaboo Peach. Need to make sure that's well down there. And another piece of my Post-it tape, and oh dear, it's going well today, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've masked off using my Post-it tape as a mask, and I'm going to take my Peekaboo Peach and I'm going to start probably on the Post-it tape this time because I can. So start off the area that you're wanting to colour and then bring the ink on. And it's really, really simple just to get that colour on. I wasn't convinced by Peekaboo Peach when I first picked it up, but actually the more I use it, the more I actually quite like it. It's actually not too bad. So I'm going to take this piece of Post-it tape up And I'm going to pop it on the line with the previous. Press it down. And then I can mask the next one. So 4 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see that this is coming together fairly quickly. We're what? 5.5 minutes in to the video, and I must have waffled for a couple of minutes first. Can't make a video without a bit of waffle on the front. Can't make a video just without waffling at all. So, while I'm doing this, I just want to remind you to pop over to my blog, because not only will you find the full instructions and a lovely picture of this card once I've finished it, but you'll also find over there the link to my current online card class. I have a different monthly card class every month, hence why it's monthly, and the current one booking closes really soon. So if you live in the UK, it's postage. Oh, this is postage. I'm sorry, I can't do Europe, and I'm not allowed to sell anywhere else in the world. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you live in the UK and want to join in, I'd love to send you out a class kit. Class kits cost £36 and include heaps and heaps of stuff. If you go over, check out my blog. I'll try and remember to put the link in the down bar below, and I would love to see you there. Next month, I'm so excited about the card kit that we've got next month. The stamp set, I think, is one of my, actually it's one of my favourites. It might not be my absolute favourite from the new catalogue, because I just can't decide what that is. I have tried, believe me, but it is absolutely one of my favourites, and one of those ones that when I was on stage back in April seeing the catalogue for the first time, I was just all over this stamp set. Absolutely love it. So we are on to Dapper Denim, one of our new in colours for this year. Apparently, I'm learning this as I'm doing this card, I can't actually talk and count at the same time. It's amazing what you learn about yourself when you start your YouTube video. When I first started, I learned that I actually can't do anything and talk at the same time, but I've actually got over that a little bit now. Although, I do still struggle sometimes. Like now, when my piece of post-it tape's not working properly. Oh dear, that might have to be where my sentiment goes. Never mind. And as you can see, I have no idea what this card is going to look like underneath, because the whole thing is now covered in post-it tape. So, pull that piece off. When you're removing your post-it tape, you could do this with washi, but I'd be slightly nervous about everything if I did it with washi. But you just need to make sure that when you're peeling up the post-it, that you pull it back flat against the card. 1, 2, 3, and then that way you don't rip the cardstock underneath. So Sweet Sugar Plum for our indigo. I don't know if this is the right colour, but it's a colour that I'm really enjoying. The ink colours have grown on me. I don't know how everybody else feels about ink colours, but when I first see a set of ink colours, it's always a case of, oh, right. And then as I work with them, they grow on me more and more and more. And actually, Sweet Sugar Plum, I can't put down. And Peekaboo Peach, actually. I spent yesterday working with Peekaboo Peach. and because I wasn't feeling it at all, and then I kept reaching into my box of cardstock and pulling Peekaboo Peach out over and over and over again. Very strange. But I had a conversation with one of my customers last week at my open house, and she said she really enjoyed watching my videos because she always got a laugh and she never knew what I was going to come out with next. Well, I'm hoping you're enjoying this one, Julie, because I've waffled on now for 10 minutes about absolutely nothing. So there is my ink blending. I take all of these pieces of post-it tape off. They come off nice and easily the second time around because they've already lost a bit of stick. Well, actually that didn't go too badly, did it, that green and blue bit? I'm loving this. So, I love a rainbow. A rainbow's always so pretty. Isn't that fab? I love that. Really enjoyed that. So, I've got my swirly scribbles, and I've already heat embossed the word thanks onto a piece of basic black cardstock, and this thanks is from Thankful Thoughts. I love, really enjoying this one actually. You can see lots and lots of cards coming customers' ways with that one. So I'm going to assemble my card first, I think. A bit of fast fuse on the back. Onto my piece of Sahara sand. Like so. Okay, so I've assembled my card, popped my ink blended panel onto a piece of Sahara sand and then onto my basic black card base. And I've got my sentiment strip. And I'm just going to banner the ends with a pair of scissors. Like so, and then I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use both of the squirrely scribbles or just one. I think I'm just going to use that one. So, do you remember a couple of weeks ago I shared my top tip for adhering fancy die cuts, intricate die cuts like that, and my secret is my silicone mat. So I always use Tombow for my intricate die cuts, and I just dab it on, but my silicone mat helps to catch any of the excessy bits of glue that otherwise would end up all over my fingers and then all over my project. So you only need a tiny weeny little bit of glue really. And we're going to pop that down there, like so. Put my lid back on my Tombow before it dries. I dried out a Tombow the other week. I don't know how I did it. I then spent half an hour trying to untangle and ungunk my Tombow. I did get it to work in the end, but it took ages. Moral of the story, put your lid back on your Tombow. And actually store it that way up, if you can. I forget. So it's sitting on my desk that way up, but really it should be that way up because I don't use the blunt end very often. I don't think I've ever used the blunt end on a Tombow. So I'm going to put my thanks on there with a piece of dimensional strip, and that is my card for the Rainbow Challenge. I would love to see what you make with this tag. To show me, you can always drop me an email or pop a link in the down bar below, in the comments below, either here or over on my blog, and I'll check it out. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.